Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Searching for Happiness podcast. I am your host, Joseph Grable, and today I have with me filmmaker Cecy Encizo. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. You got the name right.
I know. I'm so happy. First try on the mic.
First try, yeah.
First try on the mic. It was a tongue twister for me.
Yeah, ever since elementary school, like,
Oh, really?
you know, when they give out awards and stuff, it's always like,
Oh,
how do you
no.
say your last name? And some people don't even ask. So I've heard like, Encizo. I'm like, close enough.
That bugs me. I'm so nervous at graduation they're gonna mispronounce my name.
They ask you. Like the
Do
guy
they?
who he was like, tell me again.
So my buddy Divya, I love this dude to death. His last name's Taparia.
Taparia?
Yeah, Taparia. It's an Indian name.
Okay.
And the guy at the graduation ceremony said Taparia.
Oh no!
Like a tap car, like Taparia.
Oh,
I'd
have been like, nope, say it again.
I was like, Divya just was like, no. I get Grable a lot.
Grable instead of Grable.
But I was like, have none of you ever heard of Betty Grable?
Yeah.
Like
yeah, I don't know. The guy, I don't know if it was the same guy, but he was like asking me repeatedly. He's like, "Is this how you say it? This how you say it?" I'm like,
is it that like he's kind of like a little like tall, a little buff?
Yeah.
He's like, he looks fit, but he just like has like this big ass smile.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He always wears suits.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, but thank you for having me on today.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for coming. You know, first and foremost, I want to touch bases. You got engaged.
I did.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations to you and Matt.
Thank you. It was super exciting when he did it.
I bet.
So we were in we went to Salem because I'm into like spooky stuff. I like like darker.
Oh, of course.
When I saw your Halloween thing in Jaws, I was like, oh.
Those are my first scary movies I ever saw.
Really?
And that's why I have those up there.
Yeah, those are classics. Yeah. But he's like, I want to go do something for October, like make it fun. And I'm a person who I'm very anxious, like just in general, but I get financial anxiety. Is what I like to call it. Yeah.
I do and I don't, because I have my impulsive moments too.
Yeah, same here.
I have very impulsive moments, but at the same time, I'm always worrying about my finances.
Do you get like once you do that impulsive buy, do you like, oh, I shouldn't have done that? Or
It depends. It depends. So when I went Cyber Monday shopping a few days ago, it was that case. I bought I bought 2 pairs of Beats because it was a deal. It was like a pair of the Studios, like the over the ears for $150, and then like the wireless earbuds that just plug into your ears for like $80.
Oh, that's not bad.
And I was like, okay, that's a steal. And then because I bought a pair for Sabrina, and then I bought the over the ears for me, so she can go work out, I can work out. And after wearing them, I'm like, these are nice, but that's an instant regret. I was like, these are nice, but this is an instant regret for sure. I was like, I could have used that money for something better for sure.
I get stuff like that too, yeah.
But at the same time, like I have like, you know, the headphones the school gives us, and I even bought an extra pair for the podcast.
Yeah.
But then like I stopped using those for the podcast anyways, and then like those things like after wearing them for like 2 hours,
your ears start to hurt.
My ears hurt so bad, and I edit so much now because of the podcast, and then like I'm editing my thesis now, so I'm like stuck to that computer like the last 2 weeks, like all day, and you know, just trying to figure stuff out because I've never edited a short film before. No, so literally, and I have to make proxies, and because I shot it in like 8K.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a 5 terabyte film.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How long is it?
It's like 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
You went big.
Yeah, I went big, but it looks gorgeous. I'll have to show you photos after. Well, I'm sure you see like on Instagram.
Yeah, I've seen the posts you've done.
Oh yeah. So we shot that like in 8K. It was either 6K or 8K. Either way, it was a big file.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have no idea how to edit that stuff, but I'm trying.
You got it done.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Or you're getting
I'm trying
it
to
done.
get it done. Yeah. So nevertheless, though, again, congratulations on the whole engagement. And you were kind of explaining how you guys.
Yeah. So like, I was trying to tell him no because we had just gone to Florida for Disney World because I was just like, I've always wanted to go. He's never been either, so We had
my favorite place on earth.
It was so much fun.
I've only been once, and I was like 9, but it's still my favorite place on earth.
It's magical, though.
Yeah. I want to go back. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And so I was like, okay, we're gonna like put a pretty decent amount of money into this. I was like, I don't know if we should take a trip after. He's like, no, we'll go. He's like, we'll make it work. I was like, okay, well, if he's this excited about it, I'm like, all right, we'll make it work. And yeah, we went to Salem, which a lot of bad things happened in Salem, a lot of death. So I was like, this is a downer. This is like really heavy on us.
It was like low key. I had showed Matt it, but like the Halloween town. They have that in Salem, Oregon, and St. Helens, Oregon, which is kind of over by Salem, I guess. I don't know, but. And I went to the town and I was like, this is a cool thing, but this town is a downer, dog. Like, oh my God. Like, there was nothing to do in that town other than look at the like big fat pumpkin and like the little, cheap knockoff shops that they have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like a few things to do and then you're just there for the rest of the day. Like,
did you did you at least like eat any like special type of food, or did you go anywhere special?
I don't think we tried anything different over there. I don't know what like Boston is known for.
The Celtics.
So
that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm like, I don't think we had anything like special over there. But we did go to like the museums and stuff because I like learning about stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
And he does too. So that's when like everything that has happened in that town, like obviously the witch trials, but then they were like telling us everything in detail. I'm like, oh, like people suck over here. And so I didn't have a clue that he was doing it that day. I thought he was gonna do it like a few days out. But he's like, let's go take a boomerang by the Allison house from Hocus Pocus. Because that's like, Salem's known for that too, like the Hocus Pocus walking tour. And I was like, okay, let's go. He's like, sorry, I say like a lot.
I do too. I didn't notice I started saying like a lot until I started editing the podcast. And I started putting the damn captions on Instagram. And every other word is like. And I'm like...
I know, filler words. I need to.
And
work
then people
on
are like, just edit it out. I'm like, you know how long it takes me just to edit the episode regularly, and you want me to go out and take out every like 1,000th like I say. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, just deal with it.
Yeah,
I'll someday speak professionally.
Right. But he asked the lady behind us to record us. And I was like, we never record videos. So I was like, anyway, we have to get to our next thing because I had like made a schedule of everything. And we had a tour, and I was like, okay, let's just do it, get it out of the way. And he was doing it, and I don't know what was going on in my head, but I think when he said it, I was like, don't. I told him, don't do it. But that was just my brain, and then obviously he said yes.
Yeah, of course.
And the rest of the trip was really nice. It was like just relaxing, just away from everybody. So.
That's good. I bet it was nice to get away from here. Oh
yeah, it's very different over there.
Oh, I bet. No, it's like, for real. You go like freaking 30 minutes out, it's way different there. You know what I mean? Like, but no, truly, it's really different over there. And I've been itching, and I mean like itching to travel. I mean, other than I just got back from Brazil, and that was a beautiful experience. But like, I'm still itching to like go somewhere else.
You have a taste of it, so now you want to keep doing it.
Yeah, it was like, it's like a tattoo. Like I told Sabrina, because she got, I don't know if you saw, but she got like a tattoo. Oh, she was all covered up, but she got a new tattoo. It like covers like half of her shoulder, and then like up here, and then like right here it covers too. So it's a flower. Yeah, it's like a whole flower and a vine and all this stuff. And I told her, I was like, you're gonna get that tattoo. I was like, it's gonna be painful. It's gonna hurt, but you're gonna wake up the next day and want a new one. Yeah. And she cut, maybe not the next day, but like a few days later, she's like, I want a new tattoo. Yeah. I was like, I didn't even get one. I was like, what about me?
I still need mine to make it.
Yeah. I was like, what about my Michael Myers tattoos and all that? You know what I mean? Like, I want a knife on my arm.
Yeah, same. I'm the same way because I have two, and they're like pretty small because they're both on my wrist, and I got them when I was like 18.
Oh really?
That wasn't that long ago, but
I have. Let's see. I have this one. I got this when I was 14.
Because I was 14. Was that a stick and poke?
I was a little rebellious child. I can't even angle my hand at the camera right.
It's a happy face though, right?
But it faded out because my body got older.
Yeah.
I have this one. I was like 18 when I got it. I don't really remember what it means. I think it's like create, connect, explore. I think it was like a symbolic thing.
Okay. I was like, is that some sort of like secret language? Or?
Yeah, it's like some symbolic. I don't know. I saw it on the internet. I liked it at the time.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool though. I know a lot of people are like, oh, get what you,
Oh, sorry. No, sorry.
Older people are like, oh, how are you gonna like feel about it when you're older? Like, I don't care. Like,
I don't give a shit.
I could cover it up if I don't like it.
Right. I am intrigued though to see all these people tatted head to toe. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see this. I want to see how it's gonna be because there's a lot of people.
There's so many. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, like, people look gorgeous with tattoos.
Have you seen people like tattooing their eyeballs? Did you know that was a thing?
Like, they don't die from that?
No, they just inject the ink into the white part of their eye. And I've seen black and red done the most. So it's just like your eye color and then just black or red or any color you would pick, I would assume. But I would never do that. I can't do anything near my eye.
I can't even put a goddamn contact in.
Same.
Like, you know what I mean? I can't even do that. You know what I mean? I'd rather just go blind all day. Literally. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, my vision got better as I got older, but like, still, I'd rather go blind all day than touch my eyeball. I watch Sabrina do it like every morning. And I'm like,
how?
I was like, oh. I was like, no, girl. I was like, that's not it. That is not it. So, yeah. But I'm glad you had a fun time there, though.
Thank you.
And, you know, I'm glad that you guys got engaged. You guys have been together as long as I've known you guys. So, I'm really happy for it. And, like, I feel like it's the same. Sabrina was very caught off guard, even though I wasn't expecting her to be caught off guard, too, though. Like,
you weren't?
I wasn't because, like, I had, like, I guess I had talked about it a lot. And then when we were visiting my family, which is when I was going to do it anyways, I was like, oh, we're going to go do this and this today. And most of the days we were there, she just like, okay, and just threw something on. But this day, she got all glammed up, all pretty, straightened her hair, spent like 3 hours getting ready. And I'm like, why? I was like, why? I was like, why out of all the days? You're glamming up, getting all perfect, which is fine by me. Glamming up, getting perfect. It's the day I decide I want to propose. Oh my goodness. But I caught her off guard too. I thought she wasn't going to be that shocked, but she was like, what the what? Yeah. So it was beautiful though. I like moments like that. They make good stories too.
Super sweet. Did you have like a lot of people around you guys when you did it, or
no? We were all by ourselves.
Oh, okay.
On the top of a mountain.
Oh, how cute.
The only thing that sucked though is I did it during fire season, so you couldn't see like the view.
So it was like smoky?
It was smoky, but the sun was red.
Oh, that's pretty cool though.
Yeah, the sun was red. That was a cool part. But I did the top. And then when we were done, we were walking back because we weren't at the top. I took her to like this little edge because this is like a mountain. Like, it's not really a mountain. They call it like Paulina Peak, and it's like a mini mountain that you can go up and like, you know, jog and stuff. And, but it's like, it's pretty high up though. Like you can oversee where I grew up pretty much from the very top. Yeah. And that's where we were. But I, you know, growing up there, I knew there's like these little side trails you could go down that you're not supposed to. You know, all these things. And I did like at the very edge of like a rock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. With like this view you actually could see of the water. Yeah, it was like a lake of the water and stuff like that. So it was cool. But yeah, I thought she knew. I thought she was on to me the whole day, and I was so nervous. I was like, you ain't gonna pull this off. I was like, whatever, man.
I've always wondered about that, like what goes on in people's head, the ones that are doing the proposing. Oh my goodness. Because Matt told me he was nervous too. I was like, you seemed fine the whole day.
I know, no. We're like silently freaking out. Well, it's like, you know, for me too, like, you know, I know Matt's a little older, but like for me, like I did it. We've been married for like almost 2 years now. So
really?
Yeah, almost. Oh. Yeah. January 9th will be 2 years. So wow.
Just like over a month away.
Just a little over a month. That's crazy. We've been together, married for 2, married and together for 3. But you know, when we got married, I forgot where I was going with that. Okay, I remember. Thank God for editing. When we got married, I was a lot younger, so I feel like maybe I could potentially be way more nervous. Because to me, like, you know, I've had my fair share of girlfriends and flings and stuff, so I'm fine. But like, you know, being the age I was, I think I was like 22, 21. No, 22. I was 22. I was 22. And no, I was 21. I can't do math. Sorry, guys. I don't know. I was either 22 or 21.
Early 20s.
Yeah, early 20s. And a lot of people don't get married at that age. I mean, they do where I come from.
Yeah,
but here,
military people too.
Yeah, military people too. But here, you say you're married at like 24, they're like, "What, dog?"
Yeah,
they're like, "Are you nuts?"
It's rare.
It's weird. It's weird how people react out here like we're the weirdos. You know, like
it's like, sorry, I have my life together.
Yeah, sorry, I don't need to like hoe around for a century, you know, or a decade. You know what I mean? Like, I got my fair share of things in LA, but like, I don't know. I was just incredibly nervous, mainly the fact that I was really young, and I was like, I have to make this commitment for like forever, like 80 years, dog. Like it's probably gonna be like 60 to 80 years, and I'm like, wow, that's a long time, yeah, long time. And what people don't tell you though is relationships are work.
They are.
They're not like. It drives me crazy when like people, you know. And not, you know, not trying to like bag on people, but it drives me crazy when people just like assume they expect people to just like know them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you have to get to know each other.
Yeah. And like, of course y'all are going to fight and, you know, bicker. Like me and Sabrina, we're always mad. We get mad at each other all the time, but it's like, that's the work part. It's like, you don't last 60 years by just being like, yeah, whatever. Peace.
Exactly. Yeah. And Matt and I are, we have an age gap between us, which some people frown upon, some people don't care.
My parents have a 12-year age gap.
Really? We have a 8 or 9.
See, that's not even that bad. Oh my gosh. People just like overreact to the weirdest things these days. It's like, if he was like 50... whole different story.
Yeah.
Whole different story, you know, but he's not. Yeah. He's like what, early 30s?
I think he's 31 right now.
Yeah. And like
plus
that's nothing.
We met already when we were both like in school, like college, not high school.
Yeah.
So we're both like, I think I had already done a semester in college. So when I came here, I was 18. Started dating him when I was 19. And then we just got engaged now that I'm 20. I just turned 23. So
I'm older than you?
Yeah.
What? I always thought you were older than me. That's crazy.
I've always been. I had like one of those birthdays that just makes the cut for you to start like school a year early.
See, I had one of the birthdays that
didn't
make the fucking cut. I missed it by 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah, I would have been done college last year.
Yeah, that's how my sisters are.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I like that because, well, I like it and I don't because I'm always the younger one of the group. But at the same time, it's like I get to finish everything earlier than other people. That's kind of nice.
It's
right?
Cool. It's a huge accomplishment. Like to have a degree, you got in 2022.
Yeah, it was.
So you got it even younger.
I was 19 because I got it before my birthday.
Oh wow! Did you get a bachelor's or associate's?
The bachelor's.
Yeah,
it's always been kind of instilled in me to like do good in school and like do more than like go above and beyond because my parents, they're first gen because their parents were the ones who came from Mexico to here. And I mean, I grew up living in a house with at least 10 people. Like I never had my own room up until I was I got my own room when I was in like 6th grade, but that was when like the big recession was happening, so we lost the house and I just went back to like cycling through a bed with like 3 other people. Like taking turns, like, okay, you could get the couch today. I mean, now I'm in a lot better of a position and so are my parents and my family, but
that's good.
My mom, after she had me, because I was also a teen pregnancy, she had me when she was a sophomore in high school, and so she like finished, she graduated, and she has a master's now. So
good for her. Oh my goodness.
And my dad, he didn't go to school, but he has his own business now. So like they're on top of their stuff.
One second. That is my prime example. I tell people all the time, you do not even need school to be successful.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so, especially a business, anybody, like, I always like, I meet like, you know, people that have like a record sometimes too, and they'll complain about that. I'm like, you realize you can start a business, bro, and nobody can tell you shit.
You don't need to show any proof of whatever.
Like, you could even, you know, and like, if you start a business, your money could potentially get unlimited. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so that's great. He owns a business.
Yeah, he does engineering, so it's like you would think he would need to go to school for that, but he's just really good at numbers.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So seeing them, I'm like, okay, I want to like do something with my life.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
in school, they would like force me to do like those extracurricular or AP stuff, and I was like, I hate this. But I mean, in the end, it paid off because of them. I started taking college classes in junior year of high school, so I was basically almost at my associates by the time I graduated high school.
Oh wow!
So that's what helped me here. Like finish so early.
That makes more sense. Yeah, no, my buddy Divya did the same thing. He's like 20 and he just graduated. Yeah. And I was like, you guys are nuts. I was like, to be 20 with a bachelor's. I was like, I know I'm only like 4 years off, but damn.
It is fun to brag about it every once in a while.
I could imagine be like, yeah, I'm 20 with a fucking bachelor's. Take that.
It's no big deal.
You know? Yeah, it's no big deal. I'm just a fucking genius. It's cool.
But yeah,
that's great though. That's awesome that you achieved that at such a young age.
Thank you.
Do you think you'll ever go back to school?
Well, the thing is, I took out student loans and I regret it a lot.
Yeah.
Because this school is not cheap. Like I hear people complain about like $10,000 in student loans, $20,000. I have a lot more. So it's like this is gonna take me forever to pay off. But when I marry Matt, I get his benefits. So I could possibly go back to school and they would cover it.
Oh wow.
So if I were to go back, which I would want to, I'd probably go into like financing stuff.
Really? Okay.
Because like even with film, everything I've done is like indie wise was line producing, and that's handling the budget. So I'm like, if I could get like better with accounting and stuff like that, not only will that open more positions in the entertainment industry, but also like in the regular
Have you tried Corsa?
Corsa? No.
So Corsa is like no ad, but if y'all want to sponsor me, thank you. Corsa, Sabrina's been looking at it because she really wants to stop being a nanny. I mean, she still has like a year contract left on her like contract to be a nanny for this family. It doesn't end until next January.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like, it's gonna be a minute. But she's been looking and she found this place, and it's like certified by Google and everything. Like I think it's owned by Google.
Oh wow.
And it's called Corsa. I think there's a U in there somewhere. Or yeah. I meant there's a U at the end somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, obviously there's a U in there, but there's another U in there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 2 U's in this one, okay? Corsa. And, you know, she can do like social media marketing on there, regular marketing. There's a bunch of business stuff on there. A lot of it's certified by like Google. Majority of it's certified by Google, or there was another business. Some of them are by Microsoft. Some of them they're even bigger companies. Wow. You know what I mean? Tech companies I don't know that exists, but
yeah, I'll look into that.
And you can get certified. Like they're like actual certificate, legitimate, and like people get jobs off of them.
There's so many like ways to get certificates now where it's like, damn, I should have like looked into this before.
Well, that's the thing though. Like I feel like before COVID, it's weird, but I feel like it wasn't as easy as it is now.
Yeah, now there's like websites, because I've heard of other websites like that too, but you still have to pay.
Yeah, I feel like COVID like made this whole new boom of like ideas because people were so bored all day.
Yeah, they're like, I might as well get to what I've been talking about for the last.
Exactly. And I feel like someone probably just really capitalized on it.
Yeah, and I would definitely want to do that. Same with like marketing and stuff too, because
I want to learn marketing because like I want to learn how to market this show properly.
Yeah, that's. That takes so much energy.
I like posted on Instagram like last week. I was like, I want to post 3 videos a day every day.
I did see that.
And it's an algorithm thing. And then I realized how much work 3 videos posting a day is. Ridiculous amount of hours.
Yeah.
Like, I am exhausted. Like, my eyeballs hurt.
Yeah.
And like, I only do it 3 days a week.
Yeah. And people, like, they make fun of it. Like, oh, all you have to do is just upload something to...
And it's like, you don't know. Dude,
like, you need to...
When you're like a one-man show or a 2-person show, like, it's hard when you don't have a team with you.
That's why I'm thankful for Judy, because... if I forget, she'll remember. And if she'll forget, I'll remember.
See, I'm usually like pretty on top of my stuff, but recently I've been really thinking about, I'm usually on top of my stuff because recently I've been thinking about maybe bringing on like a co-host or something just to like ease, since I'm transitioning into a job, just to ease it up a bit. And I have like a few people I think I might want to take on as a co-host, you know, really good people. But, like, at the same time, like, it's my IP.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
It's a sole, like, it's in my name on, you know, like Spotify. And it's, you know, it's not under, like, a company name or something like that, you know? It's, like, under my name. So, as soon as someone, like, Googles my name, it pops up.
Yeah.
And I don't want that. I mean, I'm sure it'll still be there, but I kind of don't. It's a little selfish. I just don't want to share that.
No.
Like, to be honest, I just don't want to share that.
Yeah.
But like, if I can trust an individual enough and I feel like they're, you know, we're really solid, which I have like 2 or 3 people, I think. In mind. I have in mind, you know, and they've all been on this show already. And, you know, like, I think I could, you know, ease on to that. But I'm not going to be done with college after this.
You still want to go back?
I don't want to go back to get a degree. I just want to go back to take classes I've always wanted to take.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to go take, like, a culinary class.
Yeah.
To get better at cooking. I want to go take a business class also. Like,
just learn about everything you can.
Well, I used to be really good with money before I moved to LA. And then LA is so hectic. It made me really bad with money. Like, really bad with money again. So I need to go back and, like, re-up my financial knowledge.
Yeah.
And, like, my budgeting knowledge. Because, like, I always... a budgeter. Like, I used to have like a notepad. I would write every purchase I made down in, and I used to write down, and I used to like stock up, and I was just like, I was like 19, but like a 50-year-old woman. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like I just was smart about all my decisions. Yeah. And but it allowed me to get here. You know what I mean? Yeah. It allowed me to get here. And so I want to get in that way again, because like now I want to like start like buying properties in a different state. Yeah, you know
that's the thing to do right now. Like, get property, houses, and then just Airbnb or rent them. Then they'll pay. Well,
it's like if we make like $60,000, $70,000 a year out here, which honestly probably isn't that hard once we like actually get into the business, like in there. You know what I mean? And that income is gonna skyrocket, like say in like Wyoming or say in Tennessee. Like I'm gonna buy a shitload of homes in Tennessee because like I think my mom and my stepdad plan on moving there too. Okay. So I mean that makes it even easier. Yeah. But like, you know, like it's like Tennessee's like the highest rate of return right now. Oh really? Or return of interest, I think is called. I don't know. Rate of return. Rate of return. And I don't know. It's just a smart thing to do. But I also fear by the time I'm able to do it and get the money, there ain't going to be any houses left because everyone's doing it. Yeah. You know what I mean? No one wants to sell their homes. Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, there's only so many cities you can Airbnb into. Like, you can't just like Airbnb in like a middle of nowhere house. Like middle of nowhere, like Courage the Cowardly Dog type stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. No, it's crazy. How do you, have you always, you know, stayed in LA, like area?
So I grew up kind of down where I am right now, and it's called Cudahy. It's like kind of in a not very good spot of LA, and then
not many spots are. Yeah. Let's be fair.
And then my mom's side is very close. So once one of my aunts decided to move up to the high desert, we all went. And we had like everybody moved into their house, and then eventually like everybody lost their house, so we all moved into one. So I was up there up until I graduated high school, and I did a semester of community college. Then I came to Van Nuys, and that's where I was living when I was going to school. And then I'm back down at Paramount.
Hey, I don't blame you.
Yeah, it's a lot of moving around, but I don't know. I feel like like just me saving money and doing all that, it made the most sense to me because I was living with my grandpa when I was in school. And he wouldn't be on top of me about charging, but I was like, I don't feel comfortable. And like my dad started helping me pay rent. And I'm like, I don't like asking for money, even if it's my parents. I know that they're going to give me the money.
Yeah.
But it's like that pride in me that's like, no, I could do it. I could do it by myself.
Man, yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah.
It's hard to swallow your pride. It's hard.
Yeah. And so now with
it's like
Matt,
swallowing a bullet. It feels.
Yeah, it's painful.
It's like a gunshot to your stomach because it's like you don't want to use the money, but like kind of desperate as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just super desperate and like. I feel you. I've been there.
Yeah, and my parents are both like they support me in every way they can,
Great.
and I know that if I ever like really dig myself into a hole, that they'll be there. So that's nice to have.
That's good.
And I'm fortunate.
It's a good support system.
Yeah, not everybody has.
I'm very fortunate enough to have that same support system.
Yeah. So now with me and Matt, it's like okay, we're a couple. We split everything, so it's like this helps me like calm down, like okay, I don't have to go spend all my money on rent.
Right.
Yeah,
no, that's good. Me and Sabrina, we have a joint account and then we have a separate account each. So like if I like we put most of our money in the main account, but if I do like a side job, you know what I mean, I just like throw it in the account, and it's usually just like my weed money, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's usually just like weed money.
The fun money.
Yeah, my fun money. Sometimes I'll buy like some video game shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't spend it on nothing important. You know what I mean? But like it's. I feel like life is just a whole learning process with money in general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think, with relationships, that's why I love, why I tell people a lot too is like, one of the highlights of being married out here too is like double the finances. Like it sounds like kind of a greedy and weird thing to say,
but it's true.
Need like, it. Well, you need it, and like I don't feel as uncomfortable as I used to. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like I have to like go out every single day and work my butt off to make sure true. I can like make rent. You know what I mean? Now I'm like, okay, like Sabrina's got it today.
Yeah, it's a shared responsibility.
Yeah. I was like, or like if I have class all day, I'm like, how am I gonna make money?
Yeah.
If I have like class at like 8 till like 4 or 5, I'm not gonna want to go make money like.
Yeah, and it's so like the job I had when I was going to school and living with my grandpa, it was at Michael's, and they only did part-time and they expected you to like be available all the time, and I got paid bi-weekly, and I think the most I ever made was like $300 and something. I was like, how? Because they're like some of the girls that I worked with there, that was their like main source of income. I'm like, how do you guys live? And you guys have kids. Like, how are you doing this? And then I got a corporate job, and I was so like scared that, okay, once I like, because it was a temporary job, I was talking to you about it. And I was like, well, what if once I get out of here, I don't have money? So I would like put what I needed to towards bills and then the rest into a savings account.
Yeah, that's smart.
So I was like scared to buy myself things because I was like, what if I need it down the line?
Yeah, I'm nervous for after graduation for sure. I know I'll find a job, but like, it's just like.
It's always scary.
It's scary. It's nerve-wracking because it's like I got like 18 days left, and then like I only have to go back to school one more day, and that's to walk across
the stage
and get my diploma thing. Yeah. And so like it's just really weird to like for me, like I started taking college classes my senior year, but I've switched a lot in college. So I've been doing college since I was like early, like I think like 18, but like early 18. And it was like I started in like October of 2016.
Oh, okay.
And I graduated 2017. So, but yeah, like I did a whole year, and I worked towards doing like nursing school. And then I realized I just like really hate science, and like it just wasn't for me, You know,
a lot of people that I've talked to, same thing. They want to go into the medical field at first, and it's like,
because then you realize you got to learn every single bone in like 1 week, and you're like, how do I even do that, bro? Like, what?
Like my brain can't even hold like 5 things in there.
My brain can't even comprehend what I had for lunch, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I can't. How you expect me to find all freaking something 100 bones? You know what I mean?
206, I think.
Is it 206 or 209?
I thought it was 206.
It's 206. It's either 206 or 209.
Either
it's
way,
one of those oddball.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's It's one of those. But no, nevertheless, it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, because I wanted to do kinesiology for a while, and that's like anatomy. Like, so I would have had to know the bones and all that. And I was like, maybe this isn't for me.
Yeah, I wanted to go be. Originally I wanted to be a surgeon, but then I was like, I'm just gonna be a nurse first. And yeah, I couldn't even handle being a nurse. I was like, could you imagine 10 more years of that?
I know.
I was like, no, I'm good. I mean, I understand they get paid the big bucks after,
but that's why.
It's not like they really make big bucks. I'm sure their student loans are ridiculous. Oh my gosh, I'm sure they're just horrific.
Yeah. At this point, you just have to shoot for the doctor.
Yeah.
For it to pay you back.
Facts. Yeah, no, definitely. And also, I don't know if the audience knows this, but you also have your own podcast.
I do. Two girls on a mic.
On a mic. Yes.
Yeah. There's like a funny. Let me just move this. I don't know if I'm bumping it.
Oh, you're good.
The way we came up with that name, it's kind of inappropriate, but I'm sure if the listeners don't know, there was like, I was in middle school / elementary school when this video came out. I know where this is going. Yep. And Judy's husband, he was trying to like we were all brainstorming of like name ideas, and she was like, two girls, and he goes, no, that sounds too much like 2 girls, 1 cup. And then Judy's like, well, what if like people search for that? Because like kids are gross.
Oh yeah, for
They'll
sure.
search for it. What if our podcast name pops up with it? So it's like, we'll just like do one word off. So 2 girls on a mic. So it's like a fun little, like, not everybody knows that story, but it's just a fun little thing.
That's awesome. That's a good little inside joke to have.
Yeah.
It took me so long, like months, to think of the name for this. It seems so simple and easy.
Yeah, but it's so
hard to pick a name because it's like, I'm going to have to ride this name for a long time.
You stick with it. I mean, you could always like rebrand, but it's easier to just come up with something good.
Yeah, definitely. And you also had another podcast called Talks and Sips with Jess.
Yeah.
How was that transition from that one to that one? Because if I understood from listening to both of them, they're both different types of podcasts. Yeah. Yours is more comedic and Jess is more of an informational kind of, but also comedic and fun podcast as well. How was that shift? Was it more, are you more on the kind of free ball on it now, or are you still on the scripted kind of path?
It's kind of, I want to say kind of in the middle, because Jess was the one who approached me to start Talks and Sips, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, none of us, we were just like, oh, let's just do it.
I was bored.
And so we did that. We kind of were getting our rhythm down, with like, it was basically like a history lesson with like some jokes in there for the first season. And then the second one was like more lean towards what we like to do, but what like people didn't see was like the hours of research we had to do beforehand, because like we didn't just want to like randomly say, oh yeah, this happened and like this is what backs it up. And like, no, we like dug into articles to make sure that what we were saying was accurate, so that we didn't get sued or anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, with that came scripting, because you're learning so much information that I know my brain wouldn't be able to just off the top be like, oh yeah, so I read that this and this. Like, no, we had to write it down. And those, for a while, they're like at, I think, up to 20 pages of us just going back and forth. It's like, this is a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
And Judy and I, we started 2 Girls on a Mic, I think like a month or 2 after Talks and Sips, to be more of like a I don't want to say more fun, because they were both fun, but it's just like more laid back. Like, you don't have to think about it too much. Yeah. And
just 2 girls having a conversation about life. Anxiety, guys, relationships, everything.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was like, I like having both, because I enjoy both. I like doing the research and I like learning new things, but I also just like hanging out. And so when I was doing both of them, it was a lot of work.
I just do one and I'm like overwhelmed.
Yeah,
I just
so
can't handle it. Like, yeah. I mean, I can handle it obviously because I do it.
Yeah, but it's still a lot.
It's just a lot. Like, I'm just exhausted by the end of the day, and I can't imagine like it's freaking me out. Maybe it's because I just like smoke weed and I'm just like a lazy dude sometimes. Like, I don't know. I'm hoping once I get like a real job, like like when I'm done with this freelance shit, like when I can like focus, because I'm like if you can get me on a schedule, I'm like Superman. Like I just I get everything I can done, and I do as much as I can, and I get so focused, but I can't be on drugs. I was like I can't be on drugs, and freelance makes that hard because I only work like 2 to 3 days a week if I'm lucky.
And you never know.
But
like, I need you tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow.
And sometimes you're lucky enough if it covers the week. But most of the time, no.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta work multiple days. But like, with that, lost my train of thought again. That's okay though.
Saying your schedule, like just.
Oh yeah, okay, thank you. So I'm on when I get on the schedule, I just turn into like a completely different person.
Yeah, because you have your shit together.
Yeah.
If you have a schedule, you have your shit together.
Exactly.
Or at least you seem like you do.
Yeah. And so like I just kind of like right now I'm just trying to like I'm viewing as everything as like compound interest right now. You know what I mean? Like the podcast, compound interest. It's like if I keep releasing episodes, who knows, 10 years from now, I could get like bought out by somebody. You know what I mean? Like, or this could be a big, like a Jay Shetty show. You know, he has like a new YouTube show. And like stuff like
just
that.
Expanding.
Like, expansion. And like, with a schedule, like I just feel like I can just go. As like freelance, it makes it so hard because like you just said, it's like, oh, can you come tomorrow?
Yeah.
And you have to be open like that because you never know when it's going to hit. And, unfortunately, I haven't had any work since I got back from Brazil. But I've been so busy with the podcast and trying to learn how to edit my thesis and trying to find a job and school and family.
It's hard. Yeah, there's so much going on. And
and like it doesn't look like nothing on social media because it's like, oh yeah, that dude just, upload stuff, whatever. Because everybody does it. Yeah. But like I have such found respect for like podcasters and like people that just make content in general like consistently. Like there's this one dude on TikTok, his name's like J Bar or something. He's really famous. Like he's like really TikTok famous for like figuring out the algorithm. Yeah. And he does like a bunch of brand meetings with like these high tech companies to teach him how to like get them engaged and stuff. And this guy, J something, I don't know. He used to be a professional athlete, but he got injured, so he just got into media.
Oh, okay.
And he was explaining like the algorithm and stuff. And he puts out like 4 videos a day.
Wow.
Every single day for like months on end. And I was like, well, yeah, you rich for sure. But like how can you like mentally do that? Like he even has like a challenge thing with like a template on his TikTok page and shit. And it's like it's for people to follow the algorithm. Oh wow. It's like a challenge to post 3 videos a day for a whole month and see how many followers you can get off of it. And some people get like 100,000. Some people get like 10,000. Yeah. You know what I mean? It just varies. And it's just crazy to me how things just change like that too. You know what I mean? Like you can... This guy is single-handedly like making a whole new industry.
Yeah. Just by like uploading how to get your stuff out there.
And I highly respect that. So when I think about creators... And I see how much like work they put into it. It's like, wow, like everyone does a lot of work. Like, of course, you don't know if they just hired somebody to like edit their stuff.
That's true too. Yeah.
Like, you never know. But like for me, and I know for you and for Jess and like everyone I know that does a podcast, they edit their own stuff. They do their own research. Yeah. They find the guests. They pre-interview the guests. They do all sorts of things. It's such a long process just to get to this point with one person, let alone like 20 people in a season or 40 people in a season, you know what I mean? And it's hard picking people too.
I bet, because the way you do it is different than like what me and Judy do.
Because mine's not like mine's like back obviously, but it's I want to like touch on more serious matters, not like too serious, right? Because I want to have like my own little like niche too. Like we talk about serious things, but we still laugh and we still just joke about stupid things, right? Adolescent stuff, you know what I mean? Like I don't want it to be too serious. When I get older, I'm sure it'll be a lot more serious, right? Yeah. But like for right now, like I just like I said, like I view these things as compound interest. All these things are just going to keep stacking up. And it's the same thing with our skill set. Like us being these one-man shows and not hiring people to do it, I feel like it's really just setting us up for even more success in the long run. Because like I don't know about you, but I went from taking like, I did this because I did this last night. Literally, I did this last night. I went from taking like 15 hours to like edit a podcast episode like off and on to like I can do it in like 4 hours.
Yeah, I'm the same.
You know what
right
I mean? Like I can just bust it out in 4 hours now. Like my eyes hurt after, but like I just bust it all out in 4 hours. Like I don't even listen to the sound now. Like I just literally like I just go and I just stretch it and I just cut up all the pieces that don't look like spikes.
Yeah.
And then I literally just match that up with the video.
Yeah.
Like I just chop it up with the audio and the video matchup. And then after that takes like an hour to do. And then I listen to the whole thing. Yeah. Like it's already cut up pretty much. I just had to make for tweaks. And then I'll notice like the, in the faint, you know what I mean? Or like the, you know, like, or like faint words. I'm like, okay, I can drag the audio back over here. And that's why like, I've really like enjoyed editing, but it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
It's so much work.
Because going back to like when I was with both the podcasts, Jess, she's in the industry. She does. I think right now she's working
at Earwolf.
Yeah. And Judy, she's not in the industry. She works in HR. Okay. For warehouses around Gardena area. Okay. So she's like not into like the industry at all. Yeah. So she learned how to edit audio, because I didn't know how to edit audio either, or kind of audio but not video. Video I stayed away from. So she had to learn how to do audio and video. I learned how to do video from Jess, and so like it's just a string of like, okay, Jess taught me. Now I'm gonna teach whoever I could help, because it goes hand in hand. And it was kind of tricky too, because when it came to marketing, it's like, all right, I have 2 podcasts, and I treated it as 2 separately just to like be respectful of both people. And that's just something I do even though when I'm not asked to do it. And it's just a matter of like people pleasing. And so I was doing that, and at that point it was like mentally draining me. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I was like working Monday through Friday, like 9 to 5s, because the jobs I was working, they were with studios, but because they're studios, you have a set like, and they're TV shows. So I was like working for 4-6 months at a time. It's like you're here from this time to this time most times. And so I would really only have the weekends, and my weekends were taken up by podcasts. So I was like,
that's what I'm worried about. I know. I'd have to take on another show, but that's what I was gonna say. Was like me and Sabrina were literally just talking about doing like a husband and wife one. But I don't know, man. I told her, I was like, if we're gonna do that, I'm teaching you how to do everything, because I'm not going to do everything. Like, there's no way I can do 2 shows at once. Like, I just like and do a job.
Yeah. Because it's very easy for people to say they want to do a podcast, because they just think you just talk.
Yeah. They think you just talk. I thought that. I thought that,
and now here I am.
Yeah, and now here I am. And like I got all these skills I never knew I even needed. Yeah. You know, I mean, obviously I knew because I went to film school, but like I just never expected myself to be able to edit like a podcast in 4 hours. You know what I mean? And I'm sure you should get quicker and quicker. Quicker and quicker as the years go by, and you know, I hope success for yours too. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be really cool to see
just all of us,
all of us just doing our thing. Yeah, I don't know how long so you said earlier that you pretty much started the 2 Girls on a Mic like a month after Talks and Sips.
Yeah,
right?
So I think it was in June of 2021. Last year.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've come a long way. And I think also something too, because you're talking about like possibly getting a co-host, you want to make sure that if you're friends with each other already, to like put it down like, hey, we're friends, but when it comes down to podcasts, if one of us is like needs to pick up the slack, or if one of us like, you feel comfortable enough to voice your opinions, even though it might hurt the other person's feelings, so to say. Because, like, Judy and I, we have talks where it's like, she brings up, oh, I don't like that we're doing this. I feel like we should switch it up. And I feel a different way about it. I don't take that personal because she's trying to better the podcast and vice versa, because I've gone to her and be like, what if we try something different?
Yeah.
And so I think it's important for, if you're doing two people, just to like be like, hey, we're friends, but when it comes to podcasts, we're business people.
Yeah. I don't do anything without contracts now. Like legit. Like I will take that back. Actually, even on my thesis, because of the crew memos, so I guess technically are contracts.
Yeah.
But like when I actually like work independently and stuff, I have like template contracts and stuff that I bought from like Tropicolor, I think it's called. Okay. You know that? Do you know that brand?
I think I've heard of it.
Jacob Owens brand. Do you know who that is?
No.
No. He's like a famous music video film director. Like he owns a bunch of like warehouses here in LA. Like you can shoot a bunch of music videos at and stuff. Like he's a film mogul, just a film guy, like a film guy. He's one of those secret rich guys.
Oh, okay.
He's one of those secret rich guys. That's like he has like a little bit of following, but he makes a lot of money and he does a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like he has like 2 studios in Arizona, 2 studios out here, 4 warehouses. So he has here. Like a follow. He has you ever hear Electric West? Like the Pure Space area?
Oh yeah.
He owns that.
Really?
Yeah, he's the one who made that and owns it. Wow. So like, you know, he that's his company, and I just bought the templates. His companies are great, man. Jacob Owens companies are great because he gives up. He designs a lot of things for filmmakers too that don't exist yet. Like you ever see those like lens filters and stuff?
Yeah, he did that.
He invented those. He didn't invent them, but he pretty much made it a whole new thing.
Got it.
Like he modified them and like made them what they're not supposed to be. You know what I mean? And it's cool. It's cool for music video stuff, but for like filmmaking, like movies, cinema.
Yeah.
His LUTs are great though. But anyways, enough of my rant about that guy. He I always do contracts with people. Yeah. Because I've learned so many times over the last 3 years that people will screw you over just to make like $2. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just to make like $2. It's not even like, or even just eat food. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it, like, well, what's like with my thesis? Like, like I'm not upset with anyone in particular, but I was very upset that like I had like 3 to 5 people bail on the like night before, even though like I progressively like texted at least 3 of them being like, this is the date, and none of them ever texted me back ever. And then the day came and they texted me back. They're like, I didn't really see this. So I was like, bro, I said that September 29th, dog. I was like, it's November. I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah, it's super frustrating. And it's like, it's a hard point because, we were talking about, you never know when your next big job's going to come up. But it's also like keeping to your word. That could also affect how people who are going to grow with you look at you.
Exactly. Because it has affected how I look at, certain people. Because it's like, like, okay, like I bust my ass for you, but you don't do the same for me. Right.
And that's when you have to be like, okay, I need to start taking.
And that's like yesterday. I was actually really depressed yesterday because I was just like, wow, like, because I had, and this has nothing to do with the thesis people now. Nothing to do with the thesis people now. But this was somebody else with a completely separate, different project from months ago. And like, I thought we were cool. I thought we were friends. And like, I just like, I don't know. I'm just tired of like really fake people. Yeah. And like people trying to get under your skin just to get famous and get attention. I've never like, when I first got out here, of course I wanted to be famous. Yeah. Who didn't? Like if you move to LA, if you move here, then you're here you're here for that reason. Let's be real. Yeah. You're here to either get rich or be famous or be both. You know what I mean? Like that's why people move here. If you're born here, different story. But like that's why people move here. And so it's frustrating when you think you're really close to somebody and you think you're like, I try to treat everybody with like the utmost respect. And, like, I try to be genuine and chill. And like when people fuck me over, I'm like, it's cool, man. It's cool. Like I get it. Like it's cool. Like I try to be like that. But like recently it's just been hitting me harder and harder. I'm like, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and I value friendship and family more.
Right.
Or if it's just because
it's just happening.
Maybe I'm a little insecure, or maybe it's just because it's happening. Maybe I'm a little insecure because I don't work as much as them. You know what I mean? Or, you know, it could be all those things together. It could be like me not working as much as them, or, you know, me feeling like they talk behind my back. I don't know if you've ever kind of, you know, felt that way, but about, like in the film industry.
Right.
Because I, like in general, like that's going to happen in life in general. But it's like when you work with people for years and you like think you know them.
Yeah, I don't think I've had anything like that happen. Mainly because like the set of people I went to film school with, they for the most part are doing like DP, gaffer, key grip. So like I can't talk to them like relatability wise about producing because they don't do that.
That's true.
And so I'm like, okay. And not a lot of people I went to school with studied for producing. So it's like, that's why I like talking to Matt, because he knows what I'm talking about when I get to that. But last year, I got contacted for, I don't want to say the name of them, but they're a company out here that's specifically for women.
Yeah. For
sure. And they contacted me about being a line producer for them. They had like, I really liked the story. It was very nice. And I was like, okay, sure, like, let's do it. And it's probably still my biggest like line producing gig that I've done. And when I like met everybody, I was the youngest one. I was 20 or 21. And all the other producing ladies were probably in their mid to late 30s.
Wow.
They didn't know I was that young though, because I don't know, I might look older. I don't know. And
you don't get the vibe off of like, and this isn't a bad thing. Like you just don't get the vibe off of like younger person.
Yeah.
You're just like super laid back. So it's like, you don't, when I think of people like our age, kind of think of just like people trying to figure it out.
Right. Like in their party era.
Party era. People just like all over. And they're just a mess. And like, that's not for everyone, of course. You know, but, you know, so that's probably why people think I'm like, it's weird because sometimes people think I'm younger, but then they also think I'm older because like I have some shit figured out. You know what I mean?
It just depends on what side of you they see, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
So with this group in particular, and it sucks to say, but my experience with other women in the industry when we're on the same level of producing wise has not been the best, because it feels like everybody has a sense of they need to prove that they're worth being here instead of just being like, okay, we're all here, let's get it done. So this gig in particular, this company wasn't paying us. It was for us to basically like enter it into a festival, which is doing really well in festivals. I will say that.
Oh, really? That's great.
But when we were on set, there was a time where like not everybody was telling each other everything. And to me, if you're not going to tell me something because you want to do it, I'm not going to push your buttons. If it's supposed to be my job but you're refusing to do it, I'm not going to go begging to you for you to give it to me, because you should just be an adult and separate the work. And so a spokeswoman from the company came up, sat us all down like we were little kids, and was like, you guys need to split up the workload. And she came at me, and I think this is like when I realized that I need to stand up for myself. So I was like, no, this is the first time I ever talked back to anybody. I was like, no, if she wanted to give that to me, she would have done that. I'm not a child. I'm not going to beg her to give me paperwork because she wants to do it. And so throughout the whole shoot, I saw all three of them like talking, and turns out that they ended up getting like in trouble with the spokeswoman lady because they were still arguing. They were just bickering back and forth. And it's like, why? It's already hard enough to get into a position like this as a woman. Why are you acting like this when you're in it?
It baffles me. Like, just the way people act in this industry is just wild. Like, it's so wild. And unfortunately, it'll probably never change.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's why I'm trying to get an office job. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's not as hectic as
right, because you have
on
your
set.
own.
Like, I just like don't enjoy being on set anymore. Like, to be honest, like I just don't. Like, maybe I'm just burnt out for now. Maybe it's because I don't make any money doing it.
Yeah.
I think if I start making money doing it, I think my mind might change a little. But like, it's just still sometimes it's not worth it. Like, people just have like egos bigger than anything.
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird. It's like going to a daycare. But everyone's grown up with cars.
Yeah.
And like fists that can hurt you. You know what I mean? Like it's just like that's how I feel sometimes. Like even my thesis, and this is on me because I'm the director. Like it's my project. But it felt like kind of like a daycare too.
Yeah.
I was just like so all over the place. Like I couldn't think straight because there's so much going on, and I was like, this is a disaster. I was like, my team's solid, and I love them, but like,
it's just the process of everything.
I was a disaster in general. I was a disaster. I wasn't put together as well as I thought I was, and I was panicking a lot. So you know, it is what it is. But you know, that last day really fucked me though. I was really depressed about that for a freaking 2 weeks after that happened. I was so depressed. I was like, man. It's a lot of money to spend on something that might or might not work out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just a little rough. But, you know, before we wrap up here, I know that, you know, with podcasting comes burnout.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, burnout. What is something or some things that you do to kind of cope with your burnout? Because I personally need new ways to deal with burnout because I'm getting really burnt out.
Yeah.
And I'm only 4 episodes in this season.
It catches up quick.
Yeah.
We took a 1 week break during Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna take a 1 week break during Christmas.
Yeah, because it just gets really hectic around the holidays, and I think that's something that we both talked about, and we're like, look, middle of summer and during Christmas time, we need 2 weeks off. So those are 4 weeks in the year that we know we're getting off for sure, because we plan it into the schedule. And it kind of works out because it's it goes into the new year, and then it's halfway through the year. And other than that, I like going outside and not seeing city.
Yeah, same.
So for me, it's easy because my parents still live up in the desert, so I could just drive up there
cool.
and hang out in the desert, where you know, it's not crazy to find parking, or your neighbors are pretty far out.
I've lived here for almost 4 years, and I'm still baffled at how much I have to pay for parking here. All the time. It's
crazy.
I mean, it's so crazy that it makes me feel weird when other cities don't make you pay to park.
Yeah.
It makes I can park in this parking lot. I was like, this whole I can pick any spot I want, and I don't gotta pay. Okay, say less.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so crazy.
So I like traveling as much as I can, you know, within your means.
Yeah.
You don't want to go into debt. Or even more debt. Also hobbies. I'm one of those people that likes trying different things. Even though I know I'm not going to stick with it forever, I just like trying it. So I've tried, I already forgot what it's called. I think it's crochet. I may be wrong.
Oh,
it's when you have that circle thing.
Yeah, crochet, yeah.
I've tried that. I recently did scrapbooking. And it's I know I'm not going to stick with these, but it's nice to just do something for fun.
Try something new.
Yeah. It's not I'm not doing this to put it on the podcast. I'm not doing this to put it on Instagram or whatever. It's I'm just doing it for me to have something to do. And so I think just finding little ways in how to do that.
Yeah.
Also, in a weird way, cooking. I did not know how to cook before I met Matt.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, because in our household, I mentioned that I lived with 12 people. So my grandma would always cook. My mom did not cook. So I never saw her. And she didn't teach us because she didn't know how to cook either. So
True.
When I moved over here, I was like, all right, I just ate whatever my grandparents made. So when I moved in with her, I was like, I don't even know how to cook chicken.
I've been cooking since I was 6.
Yeah. So the first couple of times I made chicken, it was always overcooked because I was so scared it was going to come out pink. So I was like, no, I'll leave it on there for another 2 minutes. And it's super dry. Yeah. So now that I know how to do it, now I know how to do it to the way I like it and the way he likes it. It's nice to
that's good.
Go into the kitchen for an hour and just not have to worry about anything other than making the food.
Yeah, cooking is one of my passions. I'm actually doing I don't know if I'm still gonna do it if my wife wants me to do a podcast about it, but I was thinking I was thinking about doing like a cooking show, like expansion to this, calling it "Cooking for Happiness."
Oh, that'd be cool.
Right. And I already snagged all the names, all the emails, all like the YouTube names, all the TikTok names.
Nice. So you already have it ready.
Yeah, I already have it ready in case I do want to do it. So, you know, I feel you. Cooking and video games are my escape mechanisms right now. Yeah. Video games are horrible though, but I will admit, and this is you guys can't get mad at me because I've never done this. This is the first year I've ever bought a Call of Duty. In my entire life. Never bought Call of Duty. I've had people buy me Call of Duty. Yeah. But I have personally never bought a Call of Duty. And this year I caved. I was like, all right. Yeah. I was like, they're bringing a classic back.
I have been seeing that a lot. Like,
yeah.
On TikTok.
I was like, they're bringing a classic back. I was like, all right. I'll tell you. And I haven't been this addicted to video games since I was like 13 years old.
Really?
I haven't been this addicted to a video game since I was probably like 13.
Wow.
I'm more addicted to this than it is 2K. Which I love 2K. But you know, like those are my coping mechanisms right now. So it's good to hear that like you cook too.
And, mine is reality TV too, and I know it's bad.
Yo, I will no shame sit here all day and watch Pawn Stars, Hardcore Pawn. I'll watch Storage Wars. Don't even get me started on American Pickers.
I love it, and it's funny because I make Matt watch it every once in a while. And he hates like all because I like watching drama shows. Yeah, I like them getting like riled up in the house. I'm like, it's better I watch it than I cause it, right? So he's like, okay, whatever makes you feel better about it. I'm like, all right.
I love that.
That and Hell's Kitchen. I love watching Hell's Kitchen.
I love watching Kitchen Nightmares. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Have you seen their YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's where I watch them on.
Okay.
So, yeah, they got like all the episodes on there.
Yeah, but the title names are so funny.
I know. I always think they're like memes. Yeah. Like I always think it's like a non-professional person, and then you check it, and you're like, who the fuck writes these?
I think recently, like a month ago, it was like, I'm just gonna keep doing this until I get fired. Yeah. It's just a clip of Gordon Ramsay doing random stuff.
I saw this one. It was like a movie recap. And it was the worst movie recap I've ever seen in my life, but it made me laugh so hard. It was like, man has to clap a woman's cheeks to stay alive. And guess what movie it was for? Crank.
Oh my God.
Because of adrenaline. And I was funny. Just like, I literally just like threw my phone on the couch. I was like, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done for the day. Enough. Like, I'm enough. I'm done.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just stuff like that where it's like, it's just bringing you joy no matter how like dumb people think it is. As long as it makes you happy, then that's
I think that's what I'm starting to really realize this year is like, I care a lot less about what people care about. Yeah. You know what I mean? About me at least. And like, I'm doing a lot more things I want. And you know, I'm glad that, you know, God's making my mind, you know, shaped this way because there's a lot of people that are like a lot older than me that definitely don't think this way.
No, yeah. I've met a few people that like everything they do is for other people to be wowed about.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's the majority of society. Majority of society. That's why mental health is such a hard and, you know, complicated thing too. And why it's such a huge thing now is because it's just like, yeah, people are like that, you know.
Unfortunately,
I know. But anyways, you know, it is that time to start rapping. You know, unfortunately, I've loved this conversation. Time flew.
It was super fun.
It flew by, you know, as I thought it would. You know, it's good seeing you.
Yeah, you too.
I know it's been over a year.
It's at least
definitely been over a year for at least. You know, Matt's gonna be coming on soon too. Your little hubby, so people will get to meet him too.
Yeah.
I mean, Oh wait, he was on last season. Yeah,
but you guys needed to re-record, right?
We need to re-record because he was like my second guest only. Because I had Brandon McGuire and then I had him. And I didn't know how to do it the chords. I didn't know what settings to put it in properly. Gotcha. And so like when I played the you know, audio back, because I was just doing audio at the time, it was just like
yeah.
Like the whole video, I was like, I was so nervous to text him. I'm like, bro, I fucked up. Like I fucked up. I'm so sorry. And it sucks because it's, you know, it's been over a year since like that.
Right.
Or not quite yet a year, I guess. Because I started this in like Oh shit, January.
Has it been a year? Oh wow.
Oh shit. And I've only done like 20 episodes. Shame on me.
But at least it's 20. It's
yeah, that's
20.
true.
You're still
it's
doing
true.
something.
It's 20 weeks. It's 20 weeks. It's true. But again, nevertheless, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on. Again, everyone, filmmaker, Cecy. I'm going to butcher your last name, so I'm not even going to try.
I'll do it for you. Encizo.
But, she's amazing human being, even greater friend. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Have a good one, everyone.